How's it going, everybody? This is Taba Drapper. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome back to another video. Alright, for this video, I'm going to be talking about the dollar store. In this case, some of the problems with it. Now, obviously, they are a very popular store to go to if you're looking to get some good deals on a whole bunch of groceries or, any other products or stuff like that, but there are still a bunch of huge issues with them. And I'm going to share with you 3 of them here in this video in regards to why, even despite some of its positives, the dollar store could still be very problematic. Now, obviously, as we all know, we all have things that we need to do every day, and obviously that involves getting a whole bunch of things from other stores for anything that's going on here at home, whether it's, supplies needed for, fixing stuff around the house, or getting our weekly groceries, or a whole bunch of other things. And usually, most of the time, we go to our local grocery store to be able to get that, or maybe our home improvement store, or anything like that. However, one of the stores that is usually not paid attention to that many people go to just to get something good for cheap is obviously the dollar store. Now, as we all know, they have a whole bunch of stuff there that usually you would normally see at your grocery store or your home hardware store or anything like that. The problem is that they usually sell their stuff for around $1. In fact, everything that they have there is $1. That's exactly why it is called the dollar store for a reason, because obviously they want to make sure that they are more affordable, and ultimately they want to make sure that obviously everything is sold at the best possible price for those that usually can't afford to get things that are usually at a much higher price than they usually are. Trust me, I've went to the dollar store multiple times for me to be able to get all my drinks that I usually have once I usually run out of them. In fact, I'm probably planning on going there again within the next couple of weeks or so. But either way, it is definitely a good place to go to if you just want something on $1. However, obviously, there are still a whole bunch of concerns in regards to the dollar store. Obviously, we've seen a whole bunch of financial issues going on with all of those stores, but also there are a whole bunch of other issues that make these things very problematic. And obviously, I'm going to share with you 3 of them, obviously, in regards to why. Number 1 is because the products may not always work. Usually, whenever you go to your usual grocery store and obviously any other store, you want to make sure that they obviously work. However, the products sometimes in the dollar store, it usually depends and varies on what you get. Let's say there's like a popular drink out there that you really want to try. Unfortunately, it's at a very expensive price, usually about like $10 or $12 at your nearest grocery store. So you see the same exact thing, and obviously it's only for $1, obviously. Chances are it's probably not going to taste as good at a dollar store than it would be than you would usually get at the grocery store, probably because it's been left out there for so long. Or maybe there's like a popular toy that's there that you wouldn't be able to get from a store that's popular with kids, obviously. You want to get that. Chances are it's probably malfunctioning very poorly, and as a result may break within the next month or 2. Chances are a lot of the products that you get from a dollar store, they're probably not going to last very long. And yeah, obviously, while it may be a lot better to be able to get them if you're more worried about the price than you are about durability, obviously durability matters quite a bit. And unfortunately, most of the products that you usually see along with some of the groceries there, chances are they're either near the expiration date or maybe they are just not working at all. And because of that, that's exactly why dollar stores have a problem with really marketing themselves to potential customers, because a lot of the products there usually don't work. So make what you will. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to go to get these things all because they're just $1, and obviously it allows them to save some money. Unfortunately though, despite its affordability, most of the products there in regards to their workability, well, they're probably already past their expiration date. The second thing is that they are ripe for trouble, and obviously they may end up looking like a big mess in doing so. And the reason why I say this is because usually in a lot of stores there is a high possibility for theft, and dollar stores are no different. Trust me, this is a rife place for potential crime. Usually whenever there's something that's there that they obviously want, chances are you're going to have to pay for it. However, dollar stores have been known to be very ill protected, and unfortunately a lot of theft has happened as a result of that. You've seen so many people that have run into those stores and ultimately grab something and ultimately run out there without paying for it. I mean, trust me, you see that everywhere else, obviously, but it happens quite a bit more at the dollar store than you think. Trust me, I have worked at CVS, obviously, like I said before, and again, as I've mentioned before, I have not spoken very fondly about my time at CVS. In fact, like I said before, it's one of my least favorite work experiences ever. And yet, even the store that I worked at that everything there, they're usually more well kept and ultimately guarded much better than the shelves that you usually see at a dollar store. In fact, the only place that I know that usually keeps their stuff guarded worse than the dollar store is Walmart. Not only that, the shelves are already a mess as is usually. In fact, there will be a lot of areas in which obviously all the food and then a whole bunch of their other stuff will ultimately be in an area where they shouldn't be. As a result, that may make criminals' lives a lot easier in being able to get all of those stuff and run out there without having to pay for it. Obviously, the police will be able to stop them, but still, this happens way too frequently at the dollar store. And unfortunately, I don't know how many methods there are to be able to improve the situation because this happens way too often. And it's exactly why you're seeing so many dollar stores close down. It's because there are way too many examples of theft that goes on with those areas. And unfortunately, they are more prime to have that happen compared to stores like Stop and Shop, ShopRite, or the Home Depot, Lowe's, or stuff like that, because there are a lot less people that are experts in security there than there are in all of those stores. And unfortunately, that's a problem. Finally, the biggest problem that I think there is in regards to the dollar store is it really actually a dollar for everything? I mean, I know they market themselves to show that everything that they have there is really sold at $1 or less, but are they forgetting that there's also a tax that comes with it? We all know that there is shrinkflation going on, obviously, and obviously they're shrinking all of their products just to be able to sell them while keeping their prices elevated. Well, at a dollar store, they try to market everything as if it's like $1. So like, hey, here's a popular food product, it's only $1. Here's a popular toy, it's only $1. Hey, do you forget that there is a tax that comes after it? And so obviously, whenever you get it scanned before you leave there, obviously it's going to show that it's probably a lot more than $1. In fact, it'll probably be like $1.25 or ish or something like that. For some reason, I feel like that there is false advertising that's going on there, because obviously you have stores like the Dollar Tree and obviously the Dollar General and all that stuff, and they usually say that everything is just $1. But then obviously once you look into it, most of the products that you scan, they usually cost a little bit more than that, maybe 50 cents more or something like that, or maybe even an extra $1 more, maybe $2 or something like that. If you're really going to market yourself as a dollar store, you have to make every product in that store $1. There's no one way or the other. And unfortunately, I feel like too many stores don't really understand that. I feel like that, as a result of that, that's really gives the impression that they're not really as caring to the customers as they think. I mean, they already have their problems with giving care for their employees as they think. But when you falsely advertise yourself as one thing, and then when the customers actually show up and it ultimately ends up as another thing, that's exactly why you don't see customers come back to your store, because not only the products already look bad, you also really give yourself the impression that you're a lot cheaper than you think. And unfortunately, that's a problem. As much as I would have a lot of issues in regards to the pricing, in regards to like your regular grocery stores compared to the dollar store, I ultimately would still take my chances with ShopRite and Home Depot and all that stuff, because as I mentioned before, there are a lot of products there that the dollar store says that they sell at a good price and ultimately works, that ultimately ends up being a lot differently. And unfortunately, that's exactly why dollar stores tend to have this huge credibility problem. Look, for families that are poor, obviously, they need to go to a place where they can get everything at just $1 or less, and ultimately at an affordability that they can really get. And ultimately, the dollar store is that place. Unfortunately, there are still so many issues with those kinds of stores that really it causes a lot of credibility problems with them. There's a lot of theft that's going on. A lot of the products there don't work as well as the products that you usually get at other stores, and ultimately, they just don't show themselves as what they usually say. And unfortunately, that proves to be a very big problem as a result. It's exactly why you're seeing so many dollar stores shut down for a reason nationwide. It's because of all these issues. But if you are one of those that really enjoys going to the dollar store to get something cheap, then hey, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you're checking everything that you're getting to make sure that they work properly, and also that they all taste good as well, because chances are, if they're not, you likely have been scammed as a result. And unfortunately, that seems to be a very frequent problem with the dollar store. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. I would really like to hear from all of you. If you have visited dollar stores before, what do you think about them? Do you agree with me that there are a bunch of problems with them, or do you not? And do you feel like that the dollar store gets a bad rap for for some apparent reason. I want to hear from you, so let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be more than interested in hearing your opinions about it. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. Comment below for future suggestions of all my videos, whether it's blogs, projects, or challenges, you name it. Leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you're having another great day. As always, I hope to see all of you again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.